Do you also have millions of tasks each day of the week and each month of the year? And do you feel overwhelmed? Of course you would. And instead of getting all of that done, you do nothing else but Netflix. Guilty. Even after we have been busy all day, there will still be some sense of an accomplishment by the end of the day. And why is that? Because we have been spending the day doing unimportant things. So I'm sharing here today a simple decision metrics that will help you organize your tasks with the time and resources that you have. And that is Eisenhower matrix. Eisenhower matrix, it's not some crazy mathematical equation. It's just a practical decision-making system that helps you with productivity, your life hacks, time management, and what most you can get out of your schedule. In short, it's a game changer. It is named after Dwight Eisenhower, who was the 34th president of the United States. He knew a thing or two about managing time. Then this concept was further popularized by Stephen Covey in his book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Now let's have a look at this matrix. On the x-axis, you have from urgent to non-urgent, and on the y-axis, you have important and non-important. Now, you're going to use this to categorize all your tasks. And then these 4 quadrants will be used to make our decisions on all the tasks that we have aligned. All right, let's break it down. The first quadrant is for tasks that are urgent and important. Those are the ones we have to do now, like putting out fire. Here you have to deal with this task ASAP. The examples here would be for a student, the exams and some other deadlines of assignments. And for someone working at the office, it could be a client meeting where you need to be resolving some critical issues. Quadrant number 2, decide. So this is where it's important, but it's not that urgent, which means we schedule a time to do it. So we decide. Now let me tell you here, Quadrant 2 is actually a game changer. Quadrant 2 will have your long-term goals. Think about learning a new skill or critical thinking or planning out your next few months or a few years. So the examples could be courses that you need to take for professional development or to improve your resume, any long-term project which could be personal or professional, some fitness goals, so anything that will bring significant change in your life or your work. To help you with this, you can actually use tools to make mind maps and vision boards. Quadrant number 3. This one is urgent, but it's not important. Now, these are the distractions that pop up, but they don't really move the needle. You know what I mean? So what you do here is delegate. You find someone to do that work for you. Being a PhD student, I can have multiple things in my schedule and in my to-do list which are not going to help me with my career development, professional development, or skill set. So what you do here is you hire an intern. This is what I did. During the summers, I hired an intern who was doing his undergrad and he helped me in data processing. That task needed to have someone in front of the computer for 8 to 10 hours a day. There were just some clicks that needed to be done and you have to just get the software running. Now, I knew the software. I didn't want to spend 8 to 10 hours of my summertime just seeing the screen and doing some clicks. So this intern helped me with this thing. And meanwhile, I was doing all the data analysis that was coming out from that software. It was a win-win. Why? Intern was in the second year of his undergrad, which means he was getting exposure to a new tool, to a new software, and he was having fun with it. And he learned how to process that data, how to store that data. On the other side, I used that time to analyze the data, and that increase the pace of my work. Other examples would be some routine administrative tasks. It could be answering some emails. Quadrant 3 do not significantly contribute to your long-term goals. It's a quick, immediate work that needs to be done. Lastly, quadrant number 4. This is interesting. This is going to have all the tasks that are neither important nor urgent. We are talking about time wasters. So what you need to do here is delete. You need to get rid of them. Just cut them off from your list. Anything that doesn't fit your schedule or your goals right now, you can delete them. Maybe in 5 to 10 years, you can add them back. But for now, it doesn't matter to you. One of the examples here is identifying which meetings are unnecessary, because at offices, there are so many meetings that would not be important and could be actually done in one email. All right, these were all the 4 quadrants. The magic here is to work on quadrant number 2. So how would you know which tasks to put in which quadrant? Create a to-do list. You can write as many items as you want and then start sorting those accordingly. What's urgent? What's important? What can wait? What's just a distraction? And I would actually recommend you to do the distraction part towards the end, because in our brain, we think everything is important because we have written everything down. But start with the quadrant 1 because that's something we know for sure we have to do it and it's urgent. So we'll just quickly check it off and bounce it to the quadrant 1. You can do it on a piece of paper, on whiteboards, on Miro, on Notion, whatever tool you are comfortable with. And then you can keep on revising your Eisenhower matrix. You can keep on changing it depending on the changes and goals that you're making. So there you have it, the Eisenhower matrix, which is your new best friend in tackling tasks. Friends, if you have liked this video, give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel. Comment below and tell me if you have used Eisenhower matrix before and how did it go for you. And if you want to know more models and tools to have productivity in your studies, check out my video on effective study techniques. I'm sure that is going to provide you some value. Until my next one, bye bye.